Okay, beautiful souls. So today we are focusing on our root chakra, center of safety, security, stability, something that has been lacking, over the last few years for many of us. We've had many reasons to feel unsafe, insecure, unstable. So you're going to work on that. And the thing is, when we're in a state of fear, there's no energy, there's no room, there's no, for anything else. We completely lose sense of our own power. We lose any joy in life. Let's face it. If you're experiencing anxiety, etc., you're not experiencing the sweetness and the pleasure in life, especially if you're just focusing on your basic survival needs. So balancing the root chakra is really important. And because when we have one chakra, especially our first chakra, in balance, then everything else kind of starts to flow upwards. As with anything, if any of them are out of balance, it doesn't work. And signs of imbalance are maybe feeling fearful. Fear is a big thing here. Problems in our legs or lower back, problems with the skeleton as well as mental, adrenals as well. Fear, adrenals go together. And a sense of either being too kind of grounded, too sluggish and or totally ungrounded, head in the clouds kind of thing. So we're going to start off in Shavasana, legs straight, arms out away from the body, and soften or close your eyes. And I just want you to start off using your incredible imagination, and I want you to imagine that you're outside somewhere. Now, it could just be in your garden, it could be on a meadow somewhere, it could be on a beach, it could be on a mountaintop, doesn't matter where. I just want you to imagine being laid out in direct contact with the earth. So sometimes what I like to do at the field where I keep the horses when it's dry is just to lie on the ground and look up at the sky. And one night a couple of years ago, it was a really mild October night, and it was clear sky, it was dark, and I just laid on the grass for ages looking at the stars. And after a while, it started to feel like I was kind of sinking into the earth. It was just awesome. It's just such an amazing experience. So I want you to imagine that. I want you to imagine I was being embraced by the earth, whether it is imagining lying on soft grass, imagine smelling the grass, imagine hearing bees and birds flying around, and maybe you can imagine smelling flowers, that kind of thing. Or maybe you transported yourself on top of a mountain and you can think of the really clear, fresh air. Whatever it is, whatever your amazing imagination comes up with is perfect. And just notice how you feel as you imagine that. Remembering that our mind doesn't know the difference between what we're imagining and what is really happening, which is why we feel fearful when we're worried. We're worried about something that hasn't happened yet because our mind is imagining it as if it was already so. So we can also use our incredible imagination to work the other way, to put us into a positive, energized state. And if you wish, you can use the affirmation, all is well and I am safe. Because no matter what's going on, right this second, right this moment, all is well. I spent a year of extreme anxiety. I don't know how I cope sometimes when I look back. And all the things I was terrified of, none of them actually happened to me. And although there's still stuff going on in the world that worries me, I have to focus on what's literally right in front of me. And that's how I kind of stay safe. So part of it is literally setting healthy boundaries for yourself. So being in this moment, in this very second, all is well. You might wish certain things were different. There might be certain things you wish you'd done or not done, but that doesn't matter. Right this second, all is well and you are safe. And notice how it feels in your body when you say that to yourself. And there might be some little resistance, oh no, well this is wrong and that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. But right this minute, right where you are right now, all is well. All is well right this second, and you are safe. Now you take another nice deep breath in through the nose, and sigh it out through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose, and sigh it out. And just take the legs a little bit wider, reach the arms out into kind of lying starfish. Inhale, stretch, expand, feel your heart open. Exhale, hug the knees in into a little ball, often called wind relieving pose. Inhale, stretch out, starfish, and stretching as wide and as long as you can. Exhale into that little ball, like a little seed being planted in the earth. And inhale, stretch out. As soon as you exhale, bring the knee to the nose, squeeze the tummy in. So as you bring knee to nose, try not to tense your shoulders. Good. Inhale, stretch out. And exhale, knees in. Curl your body again, try not to tense your shoulders. Now once more, inhale, stretch out, starfish. Exhale, squeeze belly button to spine, nose to knees, shoulders relaxed. Then relax the head down. You go to like a happy baby pose. So bend your knees, have the soles of the feet pointed up towards the ceiling. Either hold on to the outside edge or the inside edge of the feet. If you can't reach the feet without the feet kind of dropping down like that, then hold on to the ankles or hold on to the calf muscles. And imagine bringing your thighs to your chest as if you're doing an upside down squat position. And you may start to find yourself rocking or swaying, and that's okay. I want you to breathe so deeply that you start to move. The breath starts to move you. In 4 deep breaths in. And breathing all the way out. All is well, and I am safe. Because you all deserve to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel that you're not in fear. It's horrible to wake up in the morning and have adrenaline pumping and you don't want to get out of bed, then you don't want to leave the house. When you've left the house, you don't want to come back. It is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Release, hug the knees in and just flex and point the feet a couple of times. Warm up the ankles a little bit. Then pop your feet down close to your sit bones. Bring your arms down beside you, palms down. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up around the ears. Exhale, slide the shoulders down. So you should just be able to touch your feet with your hands, hopefully. We're going to come into bridge pose. So I want you to imagine you've got roots extending out from the soles of your feet and from your hands down into the earth. And so also you draw up nourishment and energy from the earth. So with each inhale, you're drawing energy up through your hands and feet into the body. So inhale, tuck the tailbone under, peeling the spine off the mat, lift your hips, lift your ribs, lift your heart, hold for a second, really press into your feet, press into your hands, then exhale, come down, tuck the tailbone under, press down through the chest, down through the back ribs, keep tucking the tailbone under, press into your waist, pelvis, tailbone last. Oh yeah, inhale, peel the spine off as if the floor is really sticky and you're literally peeling your body off. Get really pressed down, push the floor away with your feet, with your hands, with your shoulders. Then exhale like you've got magnets in the mat and in the spine and you're being pulled down into the ground, imprinting the spine into the mat. Once more. Get really pressed down into your feet. So actively Press into big toe, little toe, inner, outer heel. Actively lift your hips. Press down into your shoulders. Squeeze your booty. And exhaling as we come all the way back down. Again, draw the knees in. And see if you can rock and roll along your spine. Give your spine a bit of a massage. And bring yourself up to sitting. And bring the soles of your feet together. If you can, wrap your hands around the feet and see if you can walk your sit bones towards your heels. Walk your sit bones as close to your heels as you can, so you start to stimulate the root chakra, the lower energy center, and then walk your sit bones back again. So you're literally walking on your sit bones, going as far back as you can, as far back as you can. You might not walk as fast as me, that's okay. And then coming forward again. So again, you might go a little bit slower. It's one of those things that sometimes some people get it straight away, and other times it can take a little bit of practice. It's one of those things I think that it takes a bit of effort to get your mind and body working in sync. And just do that once more. I think it's really good for bringing awareness. So literally imagine stepping one sit bone and the other sit bone. It's good for loosening up your lower back as well. And go back as far as you can, so almost in a forward bend position. Then coming forward again. Again, some people might be a bit slower. It might be a case of you're trying to send the message to your body, and your body's going, I don't quite get it. And that's okay. We don't always get everything straight away. Then bring yourself as far forward as you can. Feel that stretch in your inner thighs. Try and lift up as tall as you can, and just doing little butterfly wings. Just tiny little moves. As you're doing that, inhaling and exhaling. And imagine this time roots going down from your tailbone, down through the floor, down into the earth, like plugging your phone in. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in, up through your tailbone, through your spine, all the way up to the crown of your head. As you breathe out, imagine breathing all the way out from the crown of your head, down along the spine, down and out through your tailbone. And each time you breathe in, imagine drawing in energy, and literally like you're charging your phone. Because when we're in a state of fear, I know a lot of us, me especially, it drains you. It literally drains you. It's so draining, so tiring. It's like, it's all you can do to get through the day. And then that makes you feel even more depressed and shitty as well. So it's really not, I can laugh about it, but it's not a nice place to be at all. Yeah, keep breathing, nice deep breaths in and out. And this time, take a breath in. As you breathe out, press the knees down and imagine trying to draw yourself forward as if you're trying to draw your nose towards your toes. Again, if you're nowhere near there, then inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, use your arms, draw your nose towards your toes. And release, come up, walk your sit bones back a little bit. Bring those knees in. And from here, go to sit your sit bones back, stretch your legs out. As always, you can use a cushion or block to sit on. Just rest on your hands for a minute and circle your feet. Still imagining roots extending from your tailbone down through the floor. All is well, and I am safe. Go around the other way, because they're right this second. No matter what else is going on, you are safe. And just gently flex the feet. So you've got energy in the legs, but not rigid. And either have the hands on the waist or fingertips behind you. You're just going to hinge forward and back, trying to keep your back nice and flat. If you feel like you're rounding over, then maybe try holding on to your opposite elbow, because it's kind of harder to hinge. And just let you think of rocking, because so often in like forward bends, we tend to collapse around, the waist. So forget about, perfect poses, forget about expectations, just think of stretching out of the waist. And you'll start to feel a stretch, your inner thighs, even if you're not going very far. Coming up, releasing the hands, breathe in. As you breathe out, slide your hand towards one foot. Inhaling up, exhale the other side. Now don't worry if you're nowhere near the foot. If you can reach it, you can pull on the foot to increase the stretch. So we're stretching out the inner thighs, we're also stretching out the side waist. And this might feel quite tight because those muscles right down the lower back often get quite tight and stiff, especially due to the fact that we spend a lot more time sitting nowadays. So if it feels a little bit tight, breathe into it. I often find that when we move in and out of a pose like this, it can often be a little bit gentler than if we try and force into it. Otherwise we end up holding the breath, and that just causes more tension. And coming back and just shake out those legs. Let them roll in at the hip sockets. And then see if we can go a little bit wider, pull the butt cheeks back again, maybe use a cushion or a block if you need to, and just take one hand out to the side, reach your arm up. Now I've still got a bit of a tender rib, so I can't stretch quite as far as normal, and then you're going to sweep across, bringing the other arm across, and then you're going to open out, looking up to the ceiling. And exhale, sweep across, inhale, open up to the ceiling. And again, we're loosening up into the hips and stretching out the sideways. So imagine grounding through your sit bones and stretching out, opening the side body. All is well, and I am safe. And we're going to come up to sitting. You're going to bring the legs in, and you're going to grab hold of your toes, so bend the knees if you need to. You're just going to flex the toes towards you. So stretching out the toes, pulling them towards you, and then fold them over, stretch them the other way. And flex, pull them towards you. And fold them over. Now if the next pose is too much, you can come back and just work your feet there. If not, bend your knees, bring the feet to the floor, come up onto the balls of your feet. If you've got any rebellious toes, then just free them, so stretch them out. So you're balancing on the balls of your feet, knees are together. Now I know that some people's toes don't bend. That's okay. So, if you do get any really sharp pain, if you've got any arthritis or whatever, or it's really, beyond slightly uncomfortable, then either stay here or come back to that toe stretch I showed you a second ago, where you're kind of like folding and flexing the toes. If not, bring the hands to the floor in front of you and just kind of practice bringing your knees to the floor and then sitting back towards your heels, breathing in and out, in And out. If the floor's too far away, you can, as always, use a block. And this time you're going to bring the knees down. And you can either stay here with the fingers on the floor, you can take a breath here, you're really stretching out the toes. And if and when you're ready, bring the hands on to the thighs, so still keeping the toes tucked. All is well, and I am safe. So if you need to, some people might come up onto their knees. If not, inhale, open the arms out, open the heart. We're coming to eagle arms. So you're going to bring the arms, bring the right arm on top, bend at the elbow. So you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. You're far better off doing that than like that with the elbows apart. So try and have the elbows together, squeeze the arms. So you feel a bit of a stretch across your upper back. So it doesn't matter so much if the palms don't come together. Now lift the elbows up. Exhale, relax the shoulders down. And take a breath in. As you breathe out, just bring the arms forward. Drop your chin to your chest. Round over. Stretching out the back of the body. Inhaling, coming up, undo the arms, open your heart, all is well, and I am safe. Bringing the left arm on top, again, bend at the elbows. It might feel slightly different on this side, so you might need to take a different option, that's okay. Now lift elbows, so relax shoulders. So again, you might be here somewhere, that's okay. Just try and have the elbows as close together as possible. And then draw the hands forward and drop the chin to the chest, using the arms to stretch out the spine. And slowly release, come up, undo the arms. Then bring the hands to the floor, untuck the toes. Oh, I should feel nice after that. Pop the tops of the feet to the floor. Sit back onto your heels. And then see if you can lift your knees. You might have the hands behind you to lift your knees to stretch out the front of the feet. So stretching out the other way. If not, just stay with your knees on the floor and take the hands behind you and lift and open your chest to still stretch, or at least counterpose that foot stretch. Then release. Bring the hands down onto the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders, spread out the fingers, just separate the knees. Imagine again having roots extending down from your hands. So you might start to feel a bit of warmth in the center of your hands. Relax your shoulders. And inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, heart forward, little cat flex. Exhale, lift through the belly. Pull the pelvic floor muscles in as well. So really lift up through that belly. Holding for a second, squeezing pelvic floor muscles, applying a slight root lock. Relax it as you inhale, drawing your heart forward. So exhaling all the air out. Lift pelvic floor muscles, lift belly button, squeeze in and up. And inhaling as we come forward. I'm just doing 2 more of those. So again, as you exhale, really squeeze your belly button in, squeeze all the air out. So you're almost applying Uddiyana Bandha. Now relax it as you come Forward again, one more. Exhale all the air out, lift through the back of your heart. Then come into a neutral position. Relax your shoulders, squeezing the tummy in, pelvic floor muscles in. Tuck the right toe under and stretch through that heel. Press into that heel. So you're in a kind of half plank. You're in a plank position on the right side of the body. So stretch through that heel, through the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders, hug the elbows in. Again, squeeze the belly button in towards the spine. Breathe here. And we're going to turn, you're going to spin that left foot around, you're going to come onto the side, or you're going to turn that right foot to the side, and you're going to reach the right arm up towards the sky. If you need to pop a block or something underneath this left hand, you can do. Squeeze your glutes, reaching through the fingertips, lifting away from the earth. So you want to be grounded, but you also want to have a sense of lightness and expansion as well. All is well, and I am safe. If you can, flex that right foot, lift that leg so you come into a balancing position, hold and breathe, don't hold the breath. So if you do lift that leg, when you push through the heel, keep stretching through the fingertips, spread out the hands. Interesting, I just realised I've got red on, and red is associated with the root chakra. Then one more inhale, and exhale. Lower that foot down, come back around into that plank position. Stretch through the heels, scoop the belly button in, breathe in, tuck your left toe under. As you breathe out, lift that left knee off the floor, just a millimeter. Inhale, lower. So exhale, lift, keep stretching through the right leg. Inhale, lower. This time, if you want to challenge yourself, lifting that left knee off the floor completely. Inhale, lower, one more. Exhale, lift the knee, lift the foot off the floor. Inhale, lower, release that right knee down, kind of wiggle around a little bit, or maybe actually come into that toe squat again, tuck the toes under, walk the hands towards you, and just stretch out the wrists. And stretch out the other side, nice deep breaths in there, and out. Interlink the hands, turn them inside out. Now stretch up. And exhale, release. Come back, ready for the other side. So untuck your toes. Place the tops of the feet down into the mat. Relax the shoulders, head in line with the spine. Draw your belly button in, draw your pelvic floor muscles in. So tuck your left toe under into a half plank. So again, as if you're in a plank position on the left side of the body. So really stretch through that heel, stretch through the crown of the head, and say as if you're doing plank pose on one side and cat pose on the other. Just taking a breath here, squeezing your tummy in, squeezing your pelvic floor muscles in, keeping the arms straight but not locked, pressing into all 10 fingertips. Then twizzle that right foot, bring it around, come onto the right hand. If you need to adjust that left foot, do so. Reach that left arm up to the sky. Squeeze your bum muscles as well. Push your hips forward, squeeze your butt, reach for the fingertips. Make the arms even longer. So press the floor away, stretch with the fingertips, open your heart. If you can, flex that left foot, lift that leg up. Pushing through the heel, stretching in all directions. Breathe in, and now lower that foot down. Bring yourself back around, back into that half plank position. So again, as if you're in plank on the left side. Tuck your right toe under, squeeze the tummy in, breathe in. As you breathe out, try and hover that right knee off the floor, but relax that right leg. Inhale, lower down. So try not to tense the shoulders or upper back. Exhale, hover that knee. Inhale, lower. This time, if you can, lift that whole leg, foot off the floor, stretching through that left heel. Inhale, lower, one more. Exhale, lift that knee off the floor. And inhale down, release that knee down. Again, tuck the toes under, sit back to your heels, come back into rock pose, or broken toe pose rather. Again, free up any toes that might be a little bit stuck. And just taking a breath or two here. Bring the fingertips to the floor, push back onto your heels, and maybe open the knees out, coming into a little frog squat. Press those knees out. Take a breath. And keeping the feet there, try and lift up, resting your hands on your thighs. Again, drawing your belly button in, drawing your pelvic floor muscles in, relaxing your shoulders. Try and press into your big toes and little toes. Just taking a few nice deep breaths. All is well, and I am safe. Then release, bring the knees in. I'm going to come into a forward bend. So you're going to slowly plant the heels down, straighten the legs. Then you're going to take the feet nice and wide, so at least mat width apart. And just hang down into a ragdoll. So relax the arms this time. So rather than holding onto opposite elbows, let the arms hang down. And bend the knees enough so your upper body literally relaxes almost belly to thighs. And just maybe tiny micro movements, almost like tiny swaying movements, as if you're in a slight breeze. Bring the feet a little bit closer, straighten the legs as much as you can. Hold onto your ankles, straighten your arms, so straight arms, straight legs, and take a walk. Keeping your arms straight, keeping your legs straight. Take a walk around your mat or around your room, around your whole house. Get a nice deep breath in and out. You can take big steps or small steps, totally up to you. You can maybe even try going sideways, which is great for the brain, because it'll make new neural pathways in the brain. Make sure you go back the other way as well, keeping the legs and arms as straight as you can. So doing random movements, which is great for the body and for the brain. And then coming back to center, take the feet a little bit wider. Bend your knees if you can. Keep hold of your ankles. Just try it. Just see if you can. If you can't, there's no problem. And find a kind of Muladhara position. All is well. And I am safe. And then from here, we're going to bring ourselves into a sitting position. So that that might be a cross-leg position on the floor, that might be on the chair. Whatever position, you can maintain a tall spine. And we're going to clasp our hands, and you're going to touch thumb and index finger together. Now you might be able to do one side, that's okay. If you're going to do one side, just do one side. You can do both sides. Do both sides. So as always, make sure the position allows you to have a tall spine, so we're not collapsing. Even if you rest against the wall, that's fine. So interlink hands, touching thumb tips and index fingers together if possible, resting your hands. So your hands, as they relax, will be around about your root chakra. And the seed mantras, so there are different mantras, seed mantras, almost like a key that is said to unlock each of the energy centers. And the one for the root chakra is LUM, L-A-M, but it's kind of almost pronounced LUM as in L-U-M. So we're just going to chant the word LUM, LUM, and I want you to focus on the sensation of the vibration of the chant through that area. It might be quite subtle, it might be quite strong, and as you're doing that, imagine a ball of light in that area at the base of your spine, and that ball of light vibrating at the perfect speed, the perfect shape, perfect size, and that ball of light energy is red. So we're going to close our eyes, take our awareness to the root chakra, the base of the spine. So you get a nice full deep breath in, and full deep breath out. And breathing in, and with me, LUM, 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 LUM. LUM, 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 LUM. 3 more. So full deep breath in. Again, keep your attention on that root chakra. LUM, 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 LUM. LUM, 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 LUM. LUM, 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 LUM. Either staying here or coming back down onto the mat into Shavasana, back where we started. So your choice. If you do come into Shavasana, stretch the legs out wide, a little bit wider than hip width. You can pop a block or something underneath your knees if you wish, or underneath your head. Have the arms away from the body, palms up or palms down, maybe palms down, so you can visualize once more those roots extending from the palms of your hands down into the earth. Imagining those roots extending from the soles of your feet down into the earth. And really visualize those roots. So it might be kind of like knotty and woody like tree roots. It might be kind of quite spindly like plant roots. Or maybe you think of, imagine like a cord or a funnel. Whatever comes to mind is perfect. Just imagine roots extending down from the soles of your feet, from the palms of your hands, extending down through the floor, through the foundations, down into the soil. And imagine, visualize the earth, and imagine at the very center of the earth is a massive energy, so hot, so powerful it could energize the world over several times. So imagine drawing, just like a plant, drawing nourishment and energy up from the earth. And imagine that energy, that vitality, that nourishment filling your whole body. With each in-breath, your whole body filled with vitality, with healing, nurturing energy. All is well, and I am safe. All is well, and I am safe. You can stay here as long as you wish. You can go back to that visualization in the beginning if you wish, imagining yourself somewhere outside, being embraced by the earth. Or you could decide to end your practice here. If you do decide to end your practice here, start to stretch out the arms and legs, moving in whatever way comes naturally to you. In your own time, in your own way, bring yourself back up to sitting. Place your hands, palms up, bring your thumb and index fingers together, Gyan Mudra. We're going to finish off with 3 Brahmari breaths, so the humming bee breath. So we just inhale through the nose, we exhale and hum. Again, feel the vibration. Take a nice deep breath in there. And bring your hands to your heart, heart to your hands. Take a little bow to seal your practice. Namaste, Koryasundiyar Tunshara Mayatara. May you be healthy, may you be happy, may you be safe. Namaste.